Hello, everybody, and welcome to We Are Not the Champions, a new Marvel Champions playthrough YouTube channel. My name is Brian. I'm going to be the player today. Let me just give you a quick concept of what this channel is. I've been watching a lot of playthroughs, and these people are really good at the game, and I'm not good at this game. I am not the champion. I lose a lot. So I'm just going to play through and see what it's like for a normal person to play this game. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes along the way, and you guys can help me out, okay? Um, Today I am playing Black Widow and Hawkeye are going up against Klaw. So we're going to see if I can get a win on this. I can't tell you the last time I won a game of Marvel Champions. I'm playing this on the Card Table app website. These are all decks that I own, and I just kind of randomize them in the marvelshuffle.com. So let's get started. I did kind of set things out. I got Black Widow over here as player one. I've got Hawkeye, Clint over here as player two. I've got their decks drawn. What I have not done yet is the win revealed for underground distribution, where I have to discard cards in the encounter deck until a minion is discarded and put that into play with the first player. So let me start flipping these and we'll see if we get a minion. Okay, well, Masters of Evil side scheme. Glad to get that one out of the way. Okay, we got Radioactive Man is going to come into play with Black Widow here, so let me put him in. He's got 7 health. Oh my goodness, after he attacks me, I have to discard 1 card at random from my hand. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to, these are not preparations. I know what I'm going to do. So here's what's in my deck. I've got 2 Dance of Death cards. I've got a Stealth Strike. I've got the Power of Justice. This is a Justice deck. I'm just using the Precon decks. A lot of people might say that's why I lose so much. I don't know. I just use whatever they give me. I've got Surveillance Team to remove some threat. There's my second Dance of Death. And I've got Interrogation Room. After you defeat a minion, remove 1 threat from a scheme. So I think I'm going to put out the Surveillance Team. I'm going to pay for that with my doubled resources from the Power of Justice. So we're going to pay for that with Power of Justice and put out Surveillance Team here. And that gets 3 Snoop counters. So when I remove a Snoop counter, I can take a threat off. So I need that because the Defense Network is in and it's got 4 threat on it. So let me add 3 Snoop counters onto my Surveillance Team card. And then I'm going to flip over Natasha here to the Black Widow side. I don't have any preparations in here. After I trigger the ability to 1, I can deal a damage, but I didn't even draw any preparations. So I'm going to spend 3 of these and get the Dance of Death, and that'll do a good deal of damage to Radioactive Man, so I can get him out of my way. So let me bring in Dance of Death. Dance of Death, I get to do 3 attacks in succession. You can kind of see up in the upper right, the bigger card. Deal 1 damage to an enemy, deal 2 damage to an enemy, deal 3 damage to an enemy. If my math is right, 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 3 is 6. So I'm going to do all of those on Radioactive Man and give him 6 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bam, bam, bam. Well, hold on, I lost count. Bam, 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 bam. 6 damage. All right, we'll discard that. And then I'm going to go ahead and take him out because I don't want him messing with me. So I'm going to exhaust, do my basic attack, and I have rid the table of Radioactive Man for a little while anyway. I'm also going to go ahead and do Surveillance Team. I'm going to take away 1 threat off of the, what's this one? Defense Network side scheme. I'm going to take away 1 from that, and I have to then use my Snoop counter. And that's it for Black Widow. Let me switch over to player 2. Player 2 is Hawkeye. So I can spend a resource to search my deck for Hawkeye's bow and add it to my hand. I know I'm going to want to do that. I actually haven't looked at what I have in Hawkeye's hand yet, so let's take a look. Well, look at that. I don't need to do that because I have Hawkeye's bow. Look at that. So let me go ahead and play that. That's a 0 cost. So I'm going to go ahead and put that out. That worked out well for me. Maybe things are going to go my way today. We'll see. So he gets +1 attack, and each of my arrow attacks gained range. Okay. And these all look like hero things, but let's just look. Lead from the front. Okay. Probably not going to do that. This is a lead. I think he's leadership. Hawkeye is. Sonic Arrow is also about confuse an enemy and deal 3 damage to it. I like that. Cable Arrow, exhaust it, remove 3 threat from a scheme, so I would get rid of the defense network. Sky Cycle, attach an Avenger ally that gives them aerial. Okay. And electric arrow, stun an enemy and deal 3 damage to it. Okay. Well, I see a couple things we can do here. So here's what we're going to do. Let's flip Clint over to Hawkeye. Exhaust Hawkeye, ready Hawkeye's bow. Oh, because it has to be exhausted. Does it have to be exhausted to use the arrows? Yes. So we may do that, because here's what we're going to do. All right. Sky Cycle, who cares about that? Let's get rid of that. I'm going to discard underneath there. We're going to bring in first the Cable Arrow and get rid of this defense network. So we are going to exhaust Hawkeye's bow, thump, the Cable Arrow over here, and boom, defense network is gone. Okay, I like it. And then I have 2 left, so let me exhaust Hawkeye. That shall ready Hawkeye's bow. Woo woo. And I think we're going to do the, let's do the electric arrow that will stun Klaw. I like stunning. Makes me feel safe when I've stunned him. So we're going to do the electric arrow. We're going to, again, exhaust Hawkeye's bow. That does 3 damage. Well, technically it stuns the enemy and then does 3 damage. So let's do this properly. Let's make Klaw is stunned, and we're going to do 3 damage to him. So take him down to 21. So moderately successful first turn there. Let me get a drink of water. We got rid of Radioactive Man. We got rid of the Crisis side scheme. We did a little bit of damage to Klaw, and we stunned him. So, you know, you can't complain about that. Cannot complain about that. Let's ready and hand size all our cards here. Since I'm in player 2, I'm going to go ahead and draw for him first for Hawkeye. His hand size is 5. So let me draw 5 cards for Mr. Hawkeye. Let's see what we got. Team Training. Okay, my allies get +1. Okay, War Machine. He's got toughness. I like War Machine. He does cost 4. Expert Marksman. Generate a wild resource for an arrow event. Okay, love that. Lead from the front. There it is again. And there's our Cable Arrow again. So, okay. We like that. Let's switch over to Black Widow. Let's draw for her. She also has a hand size of 5. I'm going to draw 5 cards into her hand. Target acquired. After boost card is turned face up, discard, cancel that card's boost ability. Ooh, okay. Quinn Carrier. Generate a wild. Covert Ops. Remove 4 threat from a scheme and confuse the villain. That seems like a really good one. There's another target acquired, and there's our energy. Okay. So on to the villain phase. We add 1 threat per player to underground distribution. It goes to 12 to get past that. So we're going to add 2, 1 plus 1 times 2. I had to do multiplication this time, right? 1 times 2 is 2. So 2 threat goes onto that scheme. Klaw is stunned for his attack on Black Widow. So we're going to remove that. And now he will attack Hawkeye. And so Klaw gets 2 boost cards, starting from an attack of 0. Let's see what we got on his 2 boost cards. See what he's bringing to Hawkeye here. Okay. 1 boost there, and 3. Oh, so that's the damage is 4. I feel like I gotta defend that, even though my defense as Hawkeye is only 1. I'm gonna defend that. I still take 3. That takes me down to 6 damage. Yikes. Okay, let's deal our encounter cards. There's encounter card number 1. Encounter card number 2. We're gonna go to Black Widow. What do we got? Oh, it goes to Hawkeye. Criminal pass. You may flip to alter. Discard Hawkeye's bow from play and discard this obligation. Well, I can't. I've already exhausted him. I'm still going to flip him, because that way I can get the bow back next time. I'm going to have to discard Hawkeye's bow. Okay. That's all right. It's a little road bump in the road, but we'll be okay. It came early. Oh, no. Oh, Shadow of the Past. Oh, this is for Hawkeye, right? I'm sorry. I wanted to give that to Natasha, but that would be incorrect. So Crossfire, he's got Quick Strike, but I am in Alter Ego form, so I guess you could say that was maybe a little bit fortunate. So we are doing the side scheme as well. The side scheme is marked for death. Well, let me bring this over. The Clint Barton player, let me read this, searches their hand, deck, discard pile, and play area for Mockingbird and places her face up beneath this card. When this stage is defeated, return Mockingbird to her owner's hand. Okay. So presumably she's in my deck somewhere. I haven't seen her. So we're going to take a peek. We'll find her, and then we'll shuffle the deck. So we got 30 cards in that deck. Let's find Mockingbird. There she is. All right, let's reveal her. And then she goes face up beneath marked for death. So let's see if this gets tricky. There we go. Move that over a little. Okay, marked for death gets 5 threat on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I need to shuffle this because I just peeked at that whole deck. We'll make that thing spin. Okay. Quick strike does not matter because I did switch to alter ego. Excuse me. And so that's thus ends the villain phase, but that didn't go well. We're going to switch over here, and Hawkeye is now player 1, or I should say Clint. Since he's in the car right now, let's switch over to his hand. So we want to spend a resource so that we can get our bow back, I would say. Let's spend this lead from the front resource because that's not what I'm going to use. So I should have just pulled the bow off. I'm going to put my bow back. It goes in, it goes in my hand. Okay. So let me draw that one. Okay. Although, it's kind of a waste because it's a 0 cost. So into my hand and back out onto the table. Okay, I am going. Oh, and shuffle your deck. I don't think I need to do that because I pulled it from the discard pile, not the deck. So I'm not going to do that. Tell me if you think that's wrong, but I don't think that's wrong. I'm going to flip back over to Hawkeye. Let's see what we got here. Let's bring out the expert marksman. So we'll use War Machine to pay for that because War Machine is too expensive to bring in right now. So we got expert marksman. I'm actually not going to bother using it right now because I want to get rid of team training 2. I don't have any allies, so there's no point in having that around. So I'm going to use that, get cable arrow. I'm going to fire that one. I'm going to take 3 off of marked for death just because I don't like being marked for death. Oh, and this is also a, that's an accelerator. Okay. Which I will probably forget, so I need to put an accelerator on here just so I remember that there's an accelerator in play. Okay. Let's discard cable arrow. And that's going to be it for Hawkeye. He's done all he can do. Let's go over to Black Widow and see what she's got going. Okay. Cards aren't great here. I like Covert Ops. That removes, except I don't have 4 threat on a scheme, but that would confuse Klaw. Quinn Carrier, I mean, that's an awful lot to have in there. 3 cost. I do like the target acquired. This is worth 2. So let's do this. Let's spend the energy in one of our target acquired, and let's bring in Covert Ops, which is a thwart. And that's going to take 4 off. I'm going to spend 2. I'm going to get rid of marked for death. Oh, I can't separate because when I do this, Mockingbird is going to go into... Oh, come on. How do I separate this? All right. Ah! All right. Whoop. There she goes. Okay. We're going to put Mockingbird into player 2's hand. She goes over to Hawkeye. We're going to put Mark for Death into the discard pile. And we're going to go back over to Black Widow's cards here. As does confuse the villain, which will come in handy later. What else? Was there something else I was supposed to do? I'm going to take this accelerator off of. That's a token. I'm going to take the accelerator off of underground distribution. Okay, success. Now I'm going to spend the Quinn carrier. I'm going to get target acquired. And when I discard it, that will cancel the boost card's ability. So if something comes in with an ability, I'm going to use this, and then I'll get rid of it. Now, let's see. And when I do that, I'll also get to, because she's got Widowmaker, I'll be able to deal a damage to an enemy as well. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use my surveillance team. I'm going to take one more snoop counter off and take one threat off of here. And then Natasha is going to attack Klaw. Should I attack? You know what? Not Klaw. Let's attack Crossfire. Get rid of him. Let's see. So what I do there? What do I do there? Damage. He's got 2 damage on him. So he's halfway to being out. And that's all I got for the hero phase. So let's ready and draw up to our hand size. All right. So we're going to draw 5 for Black Widow. See what we got for her. We'll come back to they loaded. Okay. Synth suit. +1 defense. I like that. I can exhaust it to ready here after I do a preparation. Interrogation room. Okay. Spycraft. I love that. Except it reveals another one. Espionage. When the surge keyword would be resolved, discard it and draw 2 cards. Okay. Stealth strike, deal 4 damage, and if we beat the enemy, okay, so that could be useful with Crossfire out there. Let's go to Hawkeye. He gets 4 more cards because he's got Mockingbird sitting out there. So he gets Strength, ready for action. Give an ally you control a tough status card. Okay. Hawkeye's Quiver. Oh, I like this. So I can attach arrow events here. It's also I can search the tough. Okay, by searching. Okay. U.S. agent, retaliate 1. He's got 5 health. She's got when a villain initiates, spend 1 resource and return Mockingbird. Okay, I like that. So we might go for Mockingbird and the Quiver. I think that I should be able to do that depending on how things go. Let's find out. So on to the villain phase. We're going to add 2 threat to the underground distribution. A quarter of the way there. All right. Klaw will attack Hawkeye. Hawkeye's going to take a little bit of a beating here. This always makes me a little nervous. Okay. 2 boosts for Klaw. Let's see what we got. All right. This says give the villain a tough status card, and that's 1 boost. Now I do have. Do I want to prevent him from getting a tough status card? I wish I knew what the other boost options were, because it seems like I can get around a tough status card eventually. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to do 1 damage to Hawkeye. He's going to take that. He's going to take that damage. And then Crossfire is going to do 2 damage, for which I'm going to defend myself. So he still takes another damage. He's down to 4 health. That's not great. Okay, let's go to Black Widow. Now, the attack comes down upon her. All right. Exhaust each ally you control. What? I don't have any allies, so who cares? Boost. Put weapons runner into play, engage with you. So there's actually 0 attack. You know what I'm going to do? Now, I'm glad I saved it. I'm going to take my target acquired. I'm going to discard it, and we are going to cancel the boost ability. Now, that was also a preparation card. And because I triggered the ability of that preparation card, I deal 1 damage to an enemy. By the way, I should have given a tough status to Klaw. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it away. I'm going to deal that damage to him. It gets rid of his tough. Because I think I can take out Crossfire without additional stuff next turn. So that's what we're doing. Okay. the dealing of the encounter cards. Let's see what we got for Hawkeye. Hey, Hawkeye. Oh, no. It's the Immortal Klaw. Don't like that. Okay, Mortal Klaw. Klaw gets plus 10 hit points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I didn't count exactly with that. He loses them when the scheme is defeated. It gets 6 threat on it and an accelerator. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then an accelerator here on underground distribution. And let's flip Black Widows. Let's see what she's got. Gang up. The villain in each minion. Okay, well, there's no minions engaged with me, so we're just going to take an attack from the mighty and evidently immortal Klaw. So he's going to do 2 boost on us. Let's see what we got. Good thing I used that target acquired to fend off the weapons runner. That's 2. And this is 0. So it's 2 damage. You know what? I'm just going to take it. I'm going to take that damage. Take that beating! Alright. Back over to the hero phase. And we are starting with Black Widow this time around. Okay. Go to her hand. Let's remind ourselves what we have. We have the synth suit. I get +1 defense, and I can exhaust it if I've triggered a preparation card to ready Black Widow. Okay. The other one I liked in here at the time was, what was it? Was it espionage? I think it might have been espionage. Stealth strike, deal 4 damage. I like that. That would take out crossfire as well as take 2 threat off of a scheme. That could be useful. Do we want to do that? I feel like that might be the move, huh? I mean, this is great for later, but it's not going to help me too much right now. My defense is 2. All right, let's use Stealth Strike. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 resources. Stealth Strike, deal 4 damage to an enemy. I'm going to deal that damage to Crossfire, which will defeat him. If that enemy is defeated, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Let's take it off of the underground distribution. I like to keep this low, especially now that it's got an accelerator. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do surveillance team. Might as well. We're just going to discard it. We'll do one more. We're going to take that off of Immortal Klaw. And then, do I attack or thwart? Let's attack. Let's do some damage. It's time to start doing some damage. All right, and let's switch over to Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye's who I was thinking of. That I had some real plans for Hawkeye. All right, so Hawkeye's already exhausted. Let us bring in Mockingbird. So we're going to spend Strength and Ready for Action to get Mockingbird into the game. And then we're going to spend U.S. Agent, and we're going to get Hawkeye's Quiver in here. Let's kind of rearrange this to put the quiver next to the bow. So I can exhaust this, search the top 5 cards in my deck for an arrow event, and attach it face up to this card. All right, let's go ahead and do that. We got the quiver. Let's do it. Let's exhaust. We're going to peek at the top 5 cards in this deck. All right, I've got 3 arrows. I can pick one. Do I want to do Vibranium Arrow or Explosive Arrow? I feel like I want the Vibranium Arrow. That's 6 damage to an enemy. That's piercing. The explosives are 3 damage to the villain and each minion engaged with the player. As of right now, I don't believe we have any minions. So that could very quickly change, but we're going to take this and put it under, put that one in the quiver. And then we need to shuffle my deck there. Okay. Now I can play this card as if they were in my hand, except that I did spend all my resources, but guess what? I've got Expert Marksman. I'm going to exhaust that, and we're going to play Vibranium Arrow. Bam! 6 damage to Klaw. All right. Whoops, I think I did 7. Let's take that back. Okay. Err on the side of being fair to Klaw there. Okay. And we'll use Mockingbird to thwart Immortal Klaw. I'm going to take 2 off of there. That does give her 1. What do they call it? Oh, I want to say collateral damage, but it's consequential damage. All right, let's ready in hand size. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, since he's down to 4, I am going to flip Mr. Barton over. And now I will ready in hand size with a larger hand for Clint. Okay, so Clint's going to be, he's going to get to draw 6. So let's draw 6 cards. What have we got? Oh, there's that Sky Cycle ready for action. We're seeing a lot of duplicates coming up. Goliath. I like Goliath. Earth's Mightiest. Exhaust and Avenger Territory ready. Okay. Sky, man, how many Sky Cycles do we need? Avenger's Tower increases my ally limit. Reduce the cost. That's a good one. Okay. Let's go over to Black Widow. Let's draw 4 more for her because I've still got that synth suit sitting there. What do we got? Another interrogation room. Attack Acrobatics. I love this one. Cancels the boost icon. Deal 1 damage for each boost icon. Gotta love that. We got Bucky, the Winter Soldier. Reduce the cost by 1 for each preparation. I don't have any preparation. I guess I'll get Attack Acrobatics in. Synsuit is not a preparation if I'd got that in. So yeah, okay. All right, let's add our threat. So this gets 3 now because we got the accelerate on there. So this goes to a total, bringing it to a total of 4 threat. And first, Klaw shall attack Black Widow. Let's see what we got. Black Widow is defenseless aside from her own defense. 2. If this activation deals damage to you, exhaust your hero. Well, you know what? If I'm going to be exhausted anyway, I might as well defend, take no damage. Either way, I'm going to be exhausted. Might as well have the 2 more health, right? So we'll do that. And then he would scheme here, but he is confused, so I will remove the confused status. I knew that would come in handy eventually. All right, and now we shall deal our counter cards. Counter card 1 goes to Black Widow. The Sonic Boom. Either spend lightning. Hold on, I can't read it. Either spend lightning, mental, and physical resources, or exhaust each character you control. Well, she's already exhausted. So, right? There's no other characters I control. I'll just leave her exhausted, right? I don't know. Am I cheating? Tell me if I'm cheating. But that's how I read it. I can't do it, so. All right. Hawkeye. Armored Guard. Ooh, he's got guard and toughness. Okay. I always see him, I mean, I'm looking at him. I always see him as like the Gamorrean guard from Star Wars, but he's got a humanoid face there. So I'm not looking closely enough. Okay. Hawkeye becomes player 1. Let's switch over to him. And he's going to recover first, so let's just exhaust. 1, 2, 3 health back on him. All right, what can I do over here? I mean, these are not that great. I'm probably going to bring in Goliath, right? Why wouldn't I? And I'll save Avenger's Tower for later use. So let's spend 4. 1, 2, 3. Well, let me reread that. Do I want to do that? Because I could ready Hawkeye with that if I were to exhaust Goliath or Mockingbird. Let's actually draw that back. So we spent 2, right? So let's go 3. Have I spent 2? Oh, Rewind. 1, 2. Yeah, that's 3. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. That's 3. $3 in cards. 4. So that brings in Goliath. Okay. Goliath gets +4 attack until the end of the phase. At the end of the phase, discard him. So when I decide I want to do that, I can do that. His attack's kind of weak right now. I might just use him with thwart for now. And then I'm also going to. Here's what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to bring in Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Let's flip. By the way, let's go ahead and flip. Hawkeye. Okay. It's an event. I'm going to exhaust an Avenger character I control. That Avenger being Goliath, and that will ready another Avenger character I control. That Avenger being Hawkeye. Okay, we like that. So Hawkeye and Mockingbird are ready to go. Okay. Now, I guess that I will use Mockingbird to pling off of Armored Guard because he's got guard. I'm going to add a damage to Mockingbird and take off the tough of Armored Guard. Okay, so now he's got 3 health, and he should be worried because I've got the quiver. So let's flip, or not flip, let's exhaust the quiver. Let's search the top 5 cards of this deck, and let's find an arrow. Oops, I drew them. How do I? Well, I'll just look and then I'll put them back. And there are no arrows. So we're going to put all those back in there and shuffle the deck. So that was a flop. A complete flop. However, I do believe that with Hawkeye's bow, Hawkeye's attack is 3, so he can take out Armor Guard. Let's just confirm. Hero gets +1 attack. All right, so let's take out the Armor Guard. We've rid us of the Armored Guard. Okay. Anything else we can do with Hawkeye? Doesn't look like it. We've got the bow, we've got the marksman, but I have no arrows. So we are arrowless, and Hawkeye without his arrows, just not all that useful. So Black Widow, she is exhausted. So I can either go all in and get Bucky, or I could get this attack acrobatics and maybe espionage. What would be better? I don't know, because she can't do anything this turn, whereas Bucky could come in and do some thwarting and attacking. Now, I don't know, does this mean when the surge keyword would be resolved, discard espionage, draw 2 cards, does that keep it from being resolved? I think it does. That's why I read it, because it would be. It isn't. It would be. In attack acrobatics, when a boost card is turned face up, discard this. Cancel the boost icon, deal 1 damage to the villain for each. Alright. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring those 2 in. I'm going to leave Bucky sitting here. Alright, I'm bringing attack acrobatics. And I'm going to spin that synth suit. I just don't see myself using it right now. I'm going to spin that to bring in espionage. So I've prepared. Now, Bucky only costs 2 now, but I don't have any other resources, so, All right, so that ends the turn. Ready in hand size. All right, so I'm going to draw 4. Whoops, I want to draw 4 cards. What do we got? Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. We'll say this doesn't happen when I play with my actual cards on the table, but, that's my own fault. All right, we got Widow's Bite. After minions, oh, we love that. Discard this, deal 2 damage and stun it. That's a great one. Target acquired, okay. We used that successfully earlier. Spycraft and Grappling Hook. When you reveal a treachery, discard Grappling Hook, cancel the effects. That's a great one. Okay. Hawkeye, let's ready all of your stuff. And let's draw some cards for you, Mr. Eye. The Eye of the Hawk. All right, energy, power of leadership, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Might use that again. Lead from the front. Sonic Arrow. Okay. Like having arrows handy. That's a 2-cost arrow, but that's okay. We got energy. Okay. Let's add our threat here. So this gets 3 more. It goes up to 7, and 12 is its number. Its number is 12 is the number of the counting. And we're going to bring attacks. I'm going to have a Goliath take this attack for me. Because mainly, I'm just waiting. Excuse me, I'm waiting for Goliath to become where I can give him +4 attack and he can run wild. Alright, so hopefully this is less than 4 damage to him. 1, 2, 3. Woo, it's close. 3 damage to Goliath. But we'll keep him there. We'll save him for the next time. And then, all right. And now comes Black Widow. Attacks on Black Widow. Now I do have attack acrobatics. So, and this will be on a encounter card. So let's see. Do I want to use attack acrobatics? Deal 1 damage to each hero. Well, I can't use attack acrobatics on that. All right, so let's take our damages. Okay. Do I want to use attack acrobatics? Here. Just 1? Nah, I'm going to take it. We're saving this for the big time. So, all right. We're both a little wounded, a little sore. But we're going to be all right. Okay. We're going to be all right. Let's deal our encounter cards. 1 to Hawkeye. 1 to Black Widow. You know what I should have done? Why didn't I do that? I'll tell you why, because I forgot that I could. This is why we are not the champions, right? Because I forget that I have these handy things that would prevent all that damage and put Mockingbird back in my hand. That was stupid. I'm almost rooting for this encounter card to be an attack just so I can do it now that I remember that I can do it. Because I'm not going to use her the next turn. I'll use her with Earth's Mightiest, maybe. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. It's an attack. The villain attacks you. Well, guess what I'm going to do? Maybe it was my foresight that I, didn't use her. So I'm going to spend lead from the front. I'm spending a resource, and I'm returning Mockingbird to my hand. That will prevent all damage from the attack. I guess I still have to go through with the boost, don't I? Because there could be boost icons. Let's see, or not, boost actions, what have you. That's a 0, 2. So, I prevented 2 damage. Mockingbird goes back in my hand. It gets rid of her consequential damage. We want to draw her into my hand. Okay. And we get rid of the assault. Okay. Let's slide Goliath over there. We might use Mockingbird again later. And let's see what happens to Black Widow. Solid sound. Oh, Klaw gains Retaliate 1. I need a lightning, a mental, and a physical to get rid of this. I don't like that. This is what I don't like about Klaw, is that he starts getting these little attachments. He does not gain any. He just gains Retaliate, which actually Hawkeye can use his arrow. He won't. Those will be ranged, but still, we don't like it to retaliate. Because before we get there, we're going to come over to Black Widow. All right. Let's see what we got. There were no surges, so I couldn't use espionage. All right. I didn't forget. I forgot a little. All right. 1, 2 preparations. Winter Soldier cost 2. Oh, how I wish I had one more resource. Oh, I wish I had one more and I could pull in one of my other... I could do Widow's Bite. Okay. Let's spend 2 because he is reduced by 1 for each preparation. So we're going to bring a target acquired, and Spycraft are going to pay for Winter Soldier to enter the game. Welcome aboard, Bucky. And then we're going to, I'm thinking I screwed up because I'm going to bring in another preparation here, which is going to be Widow's Bite. I could have gotten him for 1 instead of 2. It's too late. I already did it. This is why we're not the champions, guys. I told you I'm not good at this. All right, let's do some thwarting. He's going to thwart. Let's go work on underground distribution. It's getting a little too high for my taste. And Black Widow, because of that retaliate, I'm going to have her do the same. I'm going to have her also thwart underground distribution. I kind of had this and keeping this in my pocket that I'll take 10 away from him as soon as I get rid of that. All right, Hawkeye, what you got for me? All right. Hawkeye's got that sonic arrow. That can do 3 damage and confuse the enemy. Actually, the other way around, confuse me and deal 3 damage with no retaliate. So let's do that. 1, that's 2. So that's going to pay for the sonic arrow. Okay, there's my sonic arrow. All right, so that confuses an enemy and deals 3 damage. So we're going to confuse Mr. Klaw and deal him 3 damage. Takes him down to 20. Okay. That I do have to exhaust my bow for that. Okay. Do I want to do the quiver? Let's do the quiver. You know, I can already see that I did something stupid there. Again, I'm doing dumb things. I could have used the expert marksman as one of my resources. I would have then had enough to get in Mockingbird, get Mockingbird back. Did I do it? I did not. That's why I'm bad at this game, folks. Okay, we've got explosive arrow and vibranium arrow. I'm going to bring in vibranium arrow because there's no minions. You may play at the arrow. Okay. I'm assuming I can do that even if this is exhausted, right? Maybe that's for the next turn. That's why before I did it while I was exhausted, I'm starting to think maybe I shouldn't have been able to do that. I feel like I shouldn't have been able to do that. I'm going to say I couldn't have done that. All right. Let us then. My attack is 3. There is retaliate on it. What do I got here? I've got a wild. I've got a lightning. I've got a wild. Do I want to get rid of those and get rid of the solid sound body? I feel like Mockingbird's a lot to give up to do that. But I hate how that retaliate's keeping me from... So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get rid of the solid sound body. The seasoned players are watching this and just wincing, right? They're crying as they watch me discard that. But I'm rid of the solid sound body. There's no retaliate now. I am going to attack. That's a damage of 3. Claw. Okay. Damage done. Ready to ready. Are we ready to ready? We're ready to ready. That doesn't need to be ready. And also pull up to our hand size. So Hawkeye, we're going to draw 5 cards. Hawkeye draws, 2 team trainings. Okay, well, it gives an extra hit point to Goliath, but he's not going to jump in front of anything for me. I've got the explosive air. You know what? I should have shuffled the last one. Mistakes. Sorry, folks. I'm not cheating intentionally. Black Knight. I like Black Knight. Okay, that's good. That's a good hand. Good pull. And then we've got 5 for Black Widow. Let's see what we got here. Stealth Strike. Power of Justice. Covert Ops. Quake. Okay. And Spycraft. All right. All right. So I feel like we're not in terrible shape. Let's add 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Takes it back to 6. All right, he's going to attack Black Widow. I do have Winter Soldier here. You know what? I needed to... Winter Soldier thwarted, and I did not give him consequential damage. So I'm going to put that on there now. Remembering I've got attack acrobatics. That would be the only thing that would matter right now. Unless, I guess if a minion enters play. Via a boost thing. That's 2. Do I want to use attack acrobatics? Oh, look, I'm going to get to use both of them. So, attack acrobatics. Well, bam. I'm going to cancel that, and that gives 2 damage to Klaw. Okay. And I get to do another damage. I know I probably was supposed to do that immediately, but, I'm bad enough. I'm going to use what I can. Because I used a preparation, I'm going to deal another damage to Klaw. Now I'm going to use Widow's Bite on Weapons Runner, which will immediately take out Weapons Runner. And that was another preparation card. Another damage to Klaw. Boy, I'm so prepared. All right. Now, attack upon Hawkeye, which I'm kind of wishing I had Mockingbird now, but I don't. Let's see. 0. Lucky. 1. Not bad. Not bad at all. We'll take that. I'm not even going to defend. We'll take a total of 5. Take 5 hit points. Okay. We're going to deal out encounter cards. Oh, the deck is done, so we have to add an accelerator. There's 2 on there for the time being, and then we're going to shuffle our encounter deck. Deal 1 to Hawkeye. I got to get moving on this. Get rid of that. If I recall, this Immortal Klaw comes back out when you bring out Klaw 2, and I'm trying to remember. Is it better to leave it on there and beat him with it already on there? Or to beat it and then it just comes back? I guess it doesn't make a difference, does it? I don't know. It probably does, but I'm not trying to figure that out. Each Masters of Evil minion. There are no Masters of Evil. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Masters of Evil minion and put it into play, engage with you, then shuffle the encounter deck. Well, okay. Don't like that. We're just going to look at this whole thing because I believe I get to pick the minion, and I do have a preferred Masters of Evil minion. That minion being, it's not Whirlwind, it's not Radioactive Man, it's not Tiger Shark, it's Melter. He's got the least amount of health and does the least like residual damage on other things. So it's going to be Melter. It's going to come into play, engage with me. If it's got to be someone, it's going to be Melter. All right, let's see what Hawkeye's got. Oh, I got to shuffle that deck, don't I? We'll watch it spin around. That's so fun. Okay. We're going to flip this. The villain schemes. Well, no, he does not. He is confused. So that works out all right. Okay. We escaped a little. We're pulling some magic. Okay, let's go to Hawkeye. Next hero phase. You still with me, guys? We are not the champions. We're fighting the mighty Klaw, the currently immortal Klaw, but hopefully not immortal for much longer. Because we're going to do some damage here. All right. First, we're going to bring in Black Knight. I'm going to spend 3. 1, 2, 3 resources to bring in Black Knight, my second ally. His basic attack gains piercing, which doesn't really matter because there's nobody. But anyhow. You know what Goliath is this? We're going to have Goliath go nuts this time. I'm going to give Goliath that +4 attack because he's going to be discarded. He's going to go out anyway. He's going to use, that gives him 5 attack. He's going to take out Melter, who just came in. So there. All the more reason to have Melter in there. Okay. Goliath gets discarded via consequential damage anyway. So now let's exhaust our expert marksman, which gives me 1. And so I'm going to bring in explosive arrow. 3 damage to a villain in each minion. Well, okay, I just took out the minion. Maybe that was dumb. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I'm going to exhaust my bow. I'm going to do 3 damage to the immortal, to Klaw. I almost said immortal. If I get the immortal part off, then he's gone. We're into villain stage 2. So do I want to work on that? Do I? Black Widow will be able to take that off. So let's do it. Let's have Black Knight's going to thwart. We're going to work on taking this out. All right. Black Knight thwarts. Hawkeye's going to thwart. I could get another arrow here. I only got 7 cards left there. I don't know how many arrows are going to be left. Let me think about that one, guys. What do I want to do? Do I want to thwart, or do I want to get an arrow? I'm not going to have the resources to play it. I could tuck it away nicely. Oh, what the heck? What, I got nothing to lose there, right? Let's peek at the 5. Let's peek at 5 and see if we got an arrow in there. I got it tucked away. There's 2 arrows. There's an electric arrow and there's an explosive arrow. Let's grab this electric arrow. Let's put that on my. Let's put that one underneath. Put that one in the quiver. And we're gonna reshuffle these. Do I want to flip to Clint's side? Not yet. I've got a minion that, or a minion. I've got an ally that can defend me if I need it. So let's go over to Black Widow. All right. What do we like here? I like Quake. She's a justice, so I can use the power of justice. Let's bring her in. I've got Quake in. All right. Now I'm going to exhaust her. I'm going to use her to take out the Immortal Claw. Now, it's not going to go too far because that takes away 10. So, Klaw 1. He's defeated. Don't get too excited, guys. I defeat Klaw. I defeat the first phase villain regularly. Now I'm about to get in trouble. So he's got 36. All right. We're going to type that in, 36. So don't get too excited because Immortal Claw comes right back with 6 on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to add 10 more. That takes him. He actually has 46 now. Okay. And that's accelerator. So that accelerator stays there. Yeah. Okay. I don't need to shuffle the encounter deck because I just discarded it. So that's all right. All right. If I had but one more resource, I could get the covert ops in and start working on that Immortal Claw, or the stealth strike. All I have spycraft. It's a preparation. Let's have it. Let's put it out there. Let's use it. Spycraft. Spycraft is in the game. Now I've got Winter Soldier. It just feels wrong to thwart again with him. We're going to attack with him. I'm going to start going on offense and trying to do some damage and bring him down. I am going to, however, thwart with Black Widow. Let's get this underground distribution. Now let's do Immortal Claw. There's more. Is there one more scheme? I can't remember. Yeah, there's one more scheme if I lose to underground distribution, so we're okay. If it's not the end of the world if that happens. You know, it's okay if the weapons get out there in the world. It's just let a few weapons slide by. It's no big deal. Okay. Thus will end our phase there. They're both at 5 health. I'm going to keep them both here. Hope I don't get a big hit on here. Especially he's got one more hammer point there, but that's all right. All right. We're going to go one more round with it. Let's draw 4. 4 Black Widows. See what we get. Black Widow's Gauntlet. Okay, I like that. Generates a wild for a preparation. I see Agent Coulson over here. Safe house number 29. Okay, like getting cards back into the hand. Surveillance team. That was useful earlier. How about Hawkeye? He's getting down to the end of his deck. Oh, we got Kate Bishop Hawkeye in there. I started watching that show. I've only watched the first couple episodes, but it's pretty good. We've got that explosive arrow, so if we get a minion engaged, perhaps that'll help. Okay. Here we go. We're going to add a 4 here now because we have gone through that encounter deck. So this goes up to 10. Starting to feel a little bit of heat here. Oh, I didn't ready Hawkeye in all of his cohorts. Hawkeye and friends. Well, Hawkeye weapons and one friend being the Black Knight. Okay. Attack cometh to Hawkeye, and speaking of friends, Black Knight is going to jump on that one for him. And I guess I've got Quake and Winter Soldier here if I need them. I'll probably have them jump on the what? It's not a bullet, it's a sonic beam. Have them jump in this front of the 2. Deal 1 damage to each hero. Oof! Okay. And then the 2, I'm going to Black Knight take that. Thank you for your service, Mr. Black Knight. He's gone. But he protected Clint. So we are getting low now. That whirlwind, that's no fun. And I got to remember with Spycraft, these are both for encounter cards. So I can't really do anything with them here. Let's see. Here's the attack on Natasha, who's down to 4 also with that attack from Whirlwind. So I'm going to have Quake is going to take this one for me. Quake is going to... Oh, no. Here comes the Weapons Runner. And then that's 1. So that's... well, Quake thwarted, and I forgot to put consequential damage. So yeah, Quake's out. Okay. And now Weapons Runner is in... Under the gun. He's in there in time to attack me. And that's going to be... 1 damage. I'm going to have... I'm going to take it. This may be a mistake. I'm going to take it. Am I being foolhardy, too bold? We'll see. All right, let's flip these encounter cards. Caught off guard. Discard an upgrade or support you control. Well, it's got to be... let's do the expert marksman. Let's do the expert marksman. I know I could bring this back next turn, but then I would lose the use of it for the next turn, so we're not going to do that. Okay. All right, flip. Gang up. Oh! Oh! I have done messed up, folks. Okay. Winter Soldier's going to take the attack from Klaw. Wait a second. Wait a second. I have not fully messed up, guys. I remember I do have Spycraft. When I reveal discard Spycraft, cancel the effects of that card and discard it. Then we're going to do that. Oh, short-term memory is a struggle, but when it works, it's oh so sweet. So we're going to draw a different card. Now, that was a preparation card, so I do get to deal a damage to an enemy. And we're going to give that to Klaw because Winter Soldier is going to take out Weapons Runner. Okay, new one. Please don't be worse than Gang Up. Okay. It's not great. Oops. It's not great. But it's maybe better than Gang Up. I don't know. It gets 4 threat on it. We'll see how this plays out. I feel like I've started to get myself into a little bit of trouble here. Maybe I can survive. We'll see what happens. Okay. Okay, folks. I had to take a break, and first off, I'm pretty sure it's Black Widow's turn. You'll correct me if I'll go back and watch the video and feel terrible if I'm wrong. But I did figure out that, speaking of feeling terrible, these encounter cards from the Hawkeye Nemesis, I should have put in like a really long time ago, and I did not. So shame on me. I've got to mix them in there and shuffle them. I screwed up pretty bad there. And I think I might have also forgotten that Klaw has a base of 1 attack. So I'm just falling apart over here. But I'm doing the best I can, and we're going to keep on going with our game. So we've got Black Widow up now. Both of my heroes are going to have to flip because they're both in bad shape hit-wise. So let's see what we've got here. Since I did step away, let's remember what I had going. Let's see, that covert ops, I like that. Removes 4 threat from a scheme, confuses the villains, and I'm going to be flipping over. That might be good. Surveillance team, that takes threat off. I like the Black Widow's gauntlet. I'm going to run shy of a resource here, so let's do the covert ops. I think that's going to be the best for us. We're going to save this Black Widow's gauntlet. Yeah. We're going to spend these 3 to bring in covert ops. That is going to remove 4 threat from a scheme, confuse the villain. So we're going to clear out our crisis and confuse Mr. Klaw. Okay, so that's handy. Winter Soldier, he's going to take out the Weapons Runner for me. That's going to give him 1 more damage. But he can still take 1 more, so he can defend me if I need to. And he takes out Weapons Runner, so that's good. And then Black Widow, let's have her do some thwarting. And we'll take 2 off of Immortal Claw. This one's lost. We're gonna go on to the next game at the next one. There's no point thwarting it. So let's take 2 off of the Immortal Claw. We'll get 10 hit points off of him. And let's head over to Hawk. Oh, before I do that, whoops, let's flip her. Let's flip her over here. And I don't have a preparation card to play as her, so we're just gonna go on over to Hawkeye. Okay, Hawkeye, what you got for me? Okay, we've got Kate Bishop Hawkeye here, and I could use this to get her in. And I've got an explosive arrow. Ooh, okay, well, let's start with her. We're gonna double our resources. We'll bring her in. Bring in Kate Bishop Hawkeye now. She can do 1 thwart. I can exhaust her and discard a card. And that would do 1 damage for free. Let me think about that. Let's get in. Let's do our explosive arrow. We're gonna exhaust Hawkeye's bow. And that's going to deal 3 damage to the villain. Okay. Let's do this. Let's discard that. Let's discard that card, so she can deal a free damage to the villain. We'll work on this thwarting later. Then we exhaust her, right? Yep. And discard a card from our hand. Okay, and then Hawkeye. We'll have him do 3 damage. We're kind of going to try and beat on Klaw a little bit here. All right. And then again, I gotta flip him because he's in trouble over there. Okay. So here we go. Let's get back to standing, and we'll draw 6 cards. Which first we're gonna draw 1. I'm gonna get an encounter card because a little internet-ish there. Sorry about that. All right, let's draw this. We get an encounter card. We're gonna flip these, shuffle them, and then we'll draw 5 more. All right, let's draw 5 more out of this. Okay, we got Genius. Those Sky Cycles, those are not very useful. Vibranium Arrow, love it. Electric Arrow, like it. U.S. Agent, okay with it. Ready for action, not bad. All right, let's go over to Black Widow. And she's going to get 5 more because she's in alter ego form. All right, counterintelligence. Oh, I like that. That prevents 3 threat. We love that. Okay, grappling hook. We've seen that. I got another Black Widow's Gauntlet. Nick Fury. Love to have him come in. Okay, a lot of good cards here. This is one of those where it's like you want to play all of them. You got to decide what you're going to spend and what you're not. So, okay. We're going to put our threat on here. Bam, this guy has been defeated. So let's take him out. And let's look at our next scheme. 2A, Secret Rendezvous. Klaw's found a buyer for his illegal weapons. We weren't able to stop that, but it's up to us to stop the sale. Discard cards until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play, engage with the first player, then advanced. Okay. Let's see what we got. Not a minion. Not a minion. I guess I could just peek, but there we go. Armored Guard, and he's got guard and toughness. So, I mean, though, really, of all the minions that could have come in, I'm going to take that one. Secret Rendezvous needs 16 on it. Doesn't have anything to start, so I've got a chance here, folks. He does have 2 accelerators. I've already added the threat for this time around, though. Okay, so our first one is Black Widow, but he is confused, so nothing happens there. Now he will scheme against Clint Barton, and he gets just the 1 when he schemes. I haven't done a lot of scheming. I don't like to go to alter ego. It makes me nervous. 1, so 3 threat onto this. It's going to be starting with 3 threat there now. Encounter cards. Oh, wait, I gotta do Armored Guard too. Does Armored Guard have any threat? He does not. He does not scheme at all. His scheme is 0. He is a big old dummy. So let's look at our encounter cards. Okay, Super Shot. I did shuffle these, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, those came up first. All right, Super Shot. When revealed, alter ego. Place 3 threat on the main scheme. Ugh. Okay. All right, could be worse. See what Hawkeye's got. Solid sound body. It gives him the retaliate. Okay. All right. Marked for death. All right. This is another accelerator. There's 3 on there now. This has 5 threat. And I do go find Mockingbird, who I think is probably got to be in here now, and she goes underneath it. It's one way to get Mockingbird in my hand. Let's find her and reveal her. Where is she? There she is. Let's reveal her. We will put her face up underneath that. We're going to shuffle this. So I went through it. Okay. All right, Hawkeye, your turn. So he's going to start by recovering. Because he's hurt. He's wounded. Give him 3. Gives him 7. Okay. I've got my bow, so I don't need to worry about that. I can flip. Let's see what we got over here. We got vibranium arrows. We got electric arrows. Let's go with the vibranium arrow. This is the genius's 2, so let's use the genius. And let's do our vibranium arrow. Now, I still got a couple stowed away over here. We're going to exhaust the bow. Deal 6 damage to an enemy. The attack gains piercing. Now, I can go around him because that's with Black Widow, so I'm going to do 6 damage to Klaw. Take him down to 30, which will soon be 20 if I can get these last 2 thread off of there. Okay. Hawkeye's already exhausted. I've got Kate Bishop Hawkeye. Let's bring in U.S. Agent. Let's have 2 allies out there. John Walker, Agent of the United States. He's got to retaliate, so he's gonna let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's do it. Let's exhaust both of our allies. We're gonna get rid of Immortal Klaw. That's gonna take 10. It's gonna subtract an accelerator, and we're gonna take Klaw down to 20. Guys, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good about this. They each get a damage. I'm gonna prove myself wrong and win my first game. I just jinxed it, didn't I? Okay. And that's all I got for Hawkeye. Let's go to Black Widow. You gotta wait for your internet to catch up. Okay. I know I'm gonna heal though, or recover, so I'm gonna exhaust. Take me to 6. Whoops, just 6. Just 6. Okay. What do I want in here? Do I want Nick Fury? I can draw 3 cards if I bring in Nick Fury. Let's see what else do I got. I love counterintelligence. I think we're going to go without him. Okay. I know. I might regret this, but I'm spending Nick Fury. We're going to spend 2. We're going to get counterintelligence. That's going to keep 3 threat from going on a scheme. Namely, Secret Rendezvous. And then do I want the grappling hook or do I want the Widow's Bite? I like the Widow's Bite. Let's I've got an idea. Let's spin the grappling hook. We're going to bring in Black Widow's Gauntlet, and then we're going to use exhaust that. That's not a hero action, right? So I can exhaust that to bring in the Widow's Bite, and because I just used a preparation, I can draw a card. I don't know what I'm going to get with 1 card, but it's okay. I love it, but I don't have anything to get it in with now, so that's okay. All right, let's flip over. A little bit of a shame that I'm going to have to use Bucky to, you know what? I'm going to let Armored Guard. I'm going to take a double whammo if I, what do I do here? Do I get that tough off of him? Do I thwart? I'm going to be adding 4 to that. It's going to go to 10, and 16 is its top. Do I just leave him be and have him take some defense next time? I'm going to have him thwart. So it's going to be goodbye, Bucky. You done good. I'm going to take 2 off of this. I do have a plan for what I'm going to do with Mr. Armored Guard, and it's not going to hurt Black Widow. All right, let's go ready and hand size. All right. I'm talking very breathy all of a sudden. I apologize. Okay, let's draw our cards. So 4 more for Black Widow. She's getting down to the end of her deck. Got 1 more go round. Oh, a lot of resource cards, which is great, except when you don't need them. They kind of get stacked down there. Okay, let's get Hawkeyes. Venger's Tower, Sonic Arrow. I like to confuse enemies, lead from the front, Expert Marksman. I had gotten rid of that, and War Machine. Okay. So, like I said, we're going to add 4 here. This is going to take it to 8. It's halfway there. We have 20 more damage to do to Klaw. Can we do it in time? I don't know. I legitimately do not know. Okay, so let's look at this. This is going to come to Hawkeye. And Kate Bishop Hawkeye is going to take this for her, for him. That's 2. Yeah, she's dead. That's 2, so Kate Bishop Hawkeye is going to take that. And she's gone. 1 ally down. Alright. Now Black Widow. Okay. See what she takes. I like to think I have attack acrobatics, but I do not. I have... Oh, you know what? I should have done this. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I played this. I pulled that out to play it, so I'm going to take 3 off of this. I pulled that out to play it, guys. Come on. So now let's flip these. Okay, now that we're back to the present. Okay, we got 2 boost. We got 3 boost. The +1. I didn't do that with Hawkeye, so this is attack is 4. I'm going to defend. I take 2 damage. She's hurting again. Now, Armored Guard attacks. Now, guess what I'm going to do? John Walker's going to take this. That's going to be 1 damage, but he retaliates. And so, that takes the tough off of Armored Guard. Am I, like... I thought of that. I thought of that on my own. Okay. Now we go to the encounter deck. So, 1 for Hawkeye, 1 for Black Widow. Let's see what Hawkeye's got. Ooh, Shadow of the Past, no! I do not have a set-aside minion. So, let's get Search. That's how I read the card. I don't search him out. He's not set aside, so... Sonic Converter. After Klaw attacks and damages a character stun... Ooh, we got to get rid of that. I do not like that one. And that's also another +1 attack. Okay, over to Black Widow. Now, I do have a Surge here that can stop that, and I've got a minion entering play. I've got my Widow's Bite ready, so let's see what we get. It's a minion. Okay. So, he's basically not going to get as tough, because I'm going to play the Widow's Bite. He doesn't get as tough. I'm going to then play the Widowmaker and do 1 damage to him. And he's stunned. I need to remember that. He's also stunned. Okay. Okay. So, back over here to Natasha, who's in a little bit of trouble here with the 4. So let's see what we got. We love attack acrobatics. Okay, we're going to do counterintelligence again. We're going to bring in... I've never used the first espionage, so we're going to use that to do attack acrobatics. Got it all standing by. I'm exhausted. I can't really... I got no one to defend me. These are not hero. Well, attack acrobatics is a hero interrupt. The others are not. What does this need to get rid of it? 1 of each. Okay. You know, maybe I should have done that instead. Is it too late to go back? Is that cheating? It's probably cheating. Okay, I'm gonna flip her over. I'm going back to alter ego. Okay. Hawkeye. Hawkeye. Let's see what we've got. First of all, do I have one of each? I got a mental, I've got a lightning, and I've got a wild. So I can play those. Okay, I've got a plan, guys. I've got a plan. We're all good here. I'm going to play one of each to get rid of the sonic converter. So War Machine is my mental. Expert Marksman is a wild. It's going to be a physical. And Lead from the Front is a lightning. Okay, now I'm going to spend these two. I'm going to play out of my... okay, well, first of all, let's get rid of that sonic converter. I'm going to play out of here. Let's do the vibranium arrow. That costs 2, so I do have to get my sonic arrow up. But we're gonna play this vibranium arrow. That does 6 damage, and we're gonna do that to Klaw, and he can't retaliate because it was a ranged attack. Okay, now Hawkeye. He's gonna go in and attack. I'm gonna attack this armored guard rather than the one who's stunned. Okay. How we doing there? Okay. Well, I need to exhaust the bow. Okay. And I feel like now that I'm back here, I should maybe go to the quiver again. Let's go to the quiver. Let's peek at those top 5. Any arrows in there? We got a sonic arrow. Let's reveal it. We'll put that in the quiver. Where's the quiver? There's the quiver. How do I get that in my quiver? There we go. Okay, let's go ready in hand size. It's feeling a little tight. I'm a little nervous. I don't feel like I've completely got this, but I feel like I'm still fighting. I still got a chance. Not a great draw. That's not a good draw at all for Hawkeye. Not a good draw at all. I do not like that. It's going to help John Walker, but that's about it. Okay. All right, Black Widow. She's going to draw 5 more. Oh, that's going to put her. She gets an encounter card. Let's shuffle those. Let's draw the 3 more. Let's give her encounter card. Covert Ops, love it. Surveillance team. So there's some good stuff in there. Not great, but good. Okay. Now, we had 4. Let's get up to 9. And there's going to be more going on it. I don't like that. So what are we going to? 16. And Klaw's going to scheme now. Cleverly, the armored guards are not. They're 0. But we are going to start with a scheme. As he's a 2, he gets a 1 boost. And wait, backwards. All right, counterintelligence. I'm gonna take 3 off of that. Why can't I remember I had that? Okay, now he's gonna scheme. Boost is a 2, so that's gonna add 4. Ooh, it goes to 10. Good thing I remembered I had counterintelligence twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, 0 and 0. So we got that going for us. Okay, now he's going to attack Hawkeye, which I'm going to have... do I have John Walker take that? He's going to get helped next time around. I don't want Hawkeye to... his defense is just 1. But I want John Walker there, but he retaliates. All right, John Walker's taking it. Let's see what happens. See if I got away with it. He's got 1. Discard 1. Okay. Alright, so we can go over here, drop random card. Doesn't really matter because that was a bad hand. Okay, so we got away with this. He only took 1 damage. And he retaliates. So he's down to 13. We're chipping away. We're chipping away. Okay. Now it's time for the encounter cards. Let's see what we got. Chip, 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 chipping away. I made that up. That's my own song. All right. Encounter cards. That is my own song. It's not a real song. That's what I meant to say. Okay, here comes the encounter cards. 2 for Black Widow. Weapons Runner. And that's a surge. Now, I am, as a spy character, going to. He still comes into play. But I am going to play espionage. So that stops the surge. I get to draw a card for that, and I get to draw 2 cards. So I'm going to draw 3 cards. Add 3 cards to my hand for the next turn. Look at all those cards. Quake's in there. That's a good one. Black Widow's Gauntlet. Okay. All right. Flip. Sonic Boom. Either spend 1 of each or exhaust each character you control. Okay. Well, I might be glad I got those 3 cards. Let's see what we got. Lightning. Do I have a lightning? Do I have a physical? I got physical. Okay, let's see what we got. Black Widow's Gauntlet, I already have one. That's a physical. Let's get rid of that. Surveillance Team Queen Carrier, I'm not going to use. That's now I need to find a lightning I can get rid of. Let's do. Quake would take something for me. She would take damage for me. Counterintelligence, big bag. A lot of thwarting. Let's get rid of that. Okay. We're going to discard those, and that will handle the Sonic Boom. Okay. All right, moving over to Hawkeye. Let's do this. Oh, wait. I didn't play his encounter card. I got cocky. Okay. Oh, it's Tiger Shark. All right. Not who you want to see. Not who you want to see. Okay. Now we're going to pass it over to Hawkeye. So I have to focus on Tiger Shark a minute. Like I said, I don't have great cards. If I get lead from the front, let's do that. I'm going to play lead from the front. So everybody's got +1 attack, +1 thwart, which includes Hawkeye. So I'm going to attack. His attack is actually 4 now. So I'm going to attack Tiger Shark with that. U.S. Agent can't do anything. Do I have a... I do have resources to spend. So I got Electric Arrow. I got Sonic Arrow. Do I want to confuse an enemy or stun an enemy? I think I want to stun it. And let's do Klaw. So let's spin these 2. Oh, wait. Hold on. I can't do that. That's cheating, right? No. That was a regular attack that I did there. That was a regular attack that I did before. Wow. Hawkeye's so powerful. Okay, so we're going to do the Electric Arrow out of my bow. And so that stuns an enemy and deals 3 damage to it. Him, Klaw. Is that well, that's a ranged attack, so he's also stunned. Now, problem we got here is this is at 10. It's going to add 4. We're cutting it awful close. Okay, I think Black Widow's got some thwarting that she can do. Let's hope so. Do I want to use the quiver? No, I'm not going to use the quiver. Should I? I still got one sitting there. Let's pass. Okay. Over to Black Widow. All right. So first she's got to recover. She's still hurting. So that takes her to 7. Which means I still can't get rid of these dang guys, but I can do some thwarting. So let's flip her. I don't see anything that I... Let's see. Well, let's do this. Because if I use this... Oh, no, it's not a preparation, so it doesn't matter. I can go ahead and flip. Let's see. Let's do Covert Ops. So we're going to spend 1, 2, and 3. And we've got Covert Ops. Covert Ops, remove 4 threat from a scheme and confuse the villain. So we're going to take 4 off of here. That's nice. It's big. And he's confused. That's big. Okay. Then I can either do Surveillance Team or I can bring in Quake, which Quake could take out one of my armored guards or the Weapons Runner. with Quake. I'm going to bring in Quake. Feel that Quake. Okay, and then Quake is going to attack. She will take out this. Let's take out the armor guard. Okay. All right, 10 left on there. We're going to get there. I don't know. It's ready in hand size. This is coming down to the wire. All right, we're going to draw for Black Widow. 5 cards for her. Stealth Strike's big. Oh, there, Nick Fury's back. Maybe we'll use him. I can see that being coming in handy. All right, we need 5 for Hawkeye. Black Knight's in there. I got Expert Marksman. Okay. I'm looking at my clock. I'm going to have to leave in about 10 minutes, so I might have to do a third segment here to get to the end of this game. All right, let's add 4 here. The 4 I just took off with Covert Ops, it's back to 10. I do not have counterintelligence. Okay. By the way, I can get rid of that. Okay. No. So, Klaw, he is stunned. He does not attack Hawkeye, but he does attack Black Widow. I'm going to throw Quake in front of that. I do have attack acrobatics. So let's see. I want to use it. If this activation deals damage to you, exhaust your hero. Okay. 2, I'm going to use attack acrobatics. Whoops. So attack acrobatics. Cancel boost icons on that card. Deal 1 damage to the villain. Well, I can't use that because I have the guard invasion, so I can't do attack acrobatics. So I got to take this. So that's going to be 3. Quake takes it. I think I just merged. I'm very confused, guys. I think I just merged my discard pile with my card, with my deck. Let me peek at my deck and see if I messed up. If I can get all those out, and then I can't remember. What happened to my Covert Ops? Where did I put it? Oh, they're over here. I brought the deck. That's what happened. Oh my gosh. Don't be like me. Okay, I need to shuffle that deck because it's unfair that I saw it. Let me shuffle that up. Okay. So Quake's gone. That dealt damage to you from here. So I have to be exhausted, which means I'm going to take some more damage here. I'm going to take 1. Actually, I'm going to throw John Walker in front of that, in front of the armored guard. So he takes 1, and he retaliates, which then takes out the armored guard. So thanks for that, Johnny. Johnny walks. But I do take 1 from the weapons runner. Okay. Okay, now we go to encounter cards. Oh, wait, what? You know, I didn't do Tiger Shark here, which Tiger Shark's going to do 3 damage. I'm going to defend that and take 2, and he gets a tough status card as a result. Okay. Now we go to encounter cards. All right. Let's hope there's no gang ups. Oh, criminal past. I'm going to go ahead and flip so that I can easily get my bow back in play, and I'm going to discard my bow, and that'll discard the obligation. I hate it, but it happens. Okay. Oh, are you kidding me? The armored guard's back. Okay. So he comes in tough. Unbelievable. All right. All right, I've got time for 1 more round, then I'm going to have to stop. Leave it at this. Be thinking about this the rest of the day. What am I doing? I'm going to Natasha. Hero phase. What's she got for me? I've got Nick Fury, or I can go into... I got to get this down. I can't leave that up there. and she's exhausted. So I see Nick Fury would take off 2 threat. He'd deal 4 damage to an enemy, so he would take out Weapons Runner. That's not that great. Okay, let's do this. Wish I had one more. Let's see. This is for preparation. Hang on. Is that a prep? No. That's not a prep. The only prep I can get in is espionage. Okay. That's a prep. Let's, here's what we're going to do. We're going to exhaust this. We're going to bring in target acquired. That'll stop that booster. Now, I used the preparation. Nope, that's not preparation. So I don't do a damage, but I'm going to spend these 3 to get Stealth Strike. Here's what I'm going to do. Doing what I can. I'm going to use that on the Weapons Runner, which defeats Weapons Runner and takes 2 threat off his scheme. Okay. Trying to contain that threat a little bit. And that's all I got for Black Widow. She's in a little bit of a pickle. Let's go over to Hawkeye. Got a lot of exhausted characters over here. Black Knight's leadership. So this will count for 2. Let's bring in team training. Give me Black Knight. All right. So he's got piercing. So he's going to take out. He's going to take out Tiger Shark. Bam. You gone. Okay. Clint needs to spend 1 resource of any type to get my bow back. Let's get that bow back. Should have done that first, right? Just so that I know it's there. Okay, now. Let's flip him. He can't do anything over here. And he's confused. I think that maybe I keep him. I don't think that I have anything to gain by flipping this time around. Because I can't even bring that in. So let's stop there. Okay. Let's go to villain phase. It's not great, guys. Okay. Let's draw 5 more. Okay, I got a cable arrow. That's something. That removes some threat. Okay, let's go to Natasha in her Black Widow form. She's going to draw 5. Okay. Okay, still another stealth strike. Agent Coulson, maybe? Okay. Okay, so full disclosure here, I have stepped away for a solid 29 hours. And I am back to finish this game. Life gets in the way. Maybe start hitting that like and subscribe button. Maybe I'll get rich enough to just do this all during the middle of the day. But right now, I gotta work in this stuff around the rest of my life. So it's a little later at night. I gotta be a little quieter because my wife is asleep in the bedroom right above my little basement that I'm sitting in. So where I am, I need to add some threat and go into the villain phase here. I've been thinking all day about how do I get these 10 points off of Klaw. He's got Retaliate 1. I don't really care about this Mark for Death, even though it is an accelerator. We're going to get a 3rd one added here. But I got to keep this secret rendezvous that's about to get 1, 2, 3, 4 more threat added on. It's going to go to 12, and I'm at 16. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're getting awful close. Okay. Whew. All right, let's go with the attack here on Black Widow. It's going to be a double attack because then we're going to have Armored Guard come in. Now, I do have attack acrobatics, so That should take hopefully one or two off. Let's flip and see what we got. All right, that is if the boost resolves during an attack, the attack gains piercing. Okay, so don't care about that. I'm going to flip. All right, 2. I'm going to play attack acrobatics. Bam, that's going to do 2 damage to Klaw. And because I played that, it does 1, so I got him down to 7. All right, we're getting close. I didn't need to use target acquired. So I can discard these. It did complete another round through the encounter deck. So let me flip that over and get it all together. There we go. And then we're going to shuffle that up. Spin, 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 and we're going to add an accelerator here. So basically, if I can't get that threat down and or take out Klaw in this next round, I'm going to be in some serious trouble. Okay, I'm going to leave the cards there. Forget it. All right, so now he is confused. Oh wait, I have to do Armored Guard, don't I? So Armored Guard does an attack of 1, which I'm just going to take. Okay. Now he is confused here for Clint, so that thankfully he's not going to do anything else there. So let's remove that confused status. Was attack acrobatics? That's an attack, right? So I guess he would retaliate on there. So let me take that off of Black Widow. Okay, encounter card time. Please don't get any scheming ones that could end the game. So we're gonna flip here on Black Widow. Let's see what we got. Melter. Okay. Oh, you know what? You know what I just realized was I couldn't have played attack acrobatics there because that's an attack. Oh, I gotta take all this back. So hang on. So we took 2 damage. That's gonna take her down to 3 because she had 1 from Armored Guard, 1 from the Retaliate. So we're at 1 more on there. I'd get attack acrobatics back out. Actually, she would have taken 3 damage. So I'm gonna say actually I defended that. So I take 1 damage. So there, we're at the same, back to 4. We're going to go back to that. Okay, I think I did that right now. I would just feel so guilty if I won. Maybe that's the only way I can win, but if I had won unfairly. So I have to put all 3 health back on Klaw as well, because I did not actually attack him. I forgot about Armored Guard and his guard. Living up to his name. Okay. Hawkeye, this could be game here if this is a... Okay. Oh, Sonic Converter. +1 attack and then stun if he attacks and damages. Okay. Do we have what it takes to do 10 damage here? I don't know that I do. I've got a Stealth Strike. See, I shouldn't have exhausted there. Okay, here's what we're going to do. What are we going to do? I keep saying that like I have a plan here. Oh, first it's going to be Hawkeye's turn, isn't it? Because we're switching rounds. It's been a day. It's been 29 hours, folks. I can't remember all this. Okay, Clint, why had I flipped him in the first place? I must have had some kind of plan. Let's go ahead and I want to recover. He's at 5. I would take him to 8. He can do an arrow attack. And I've also got U.S. Agent, and I've got Black Knight that can attack. All right, let's recover him just in case. Maybe this is, I don't know. We're gonna take him to 8. We'll flip him. Okay. Let's have our guys do attacks here. Actually, let's think this through. We want to use the cable arrow. That's going to remove 3 threat from the scheme. Okay. So our attackers are going to be U.S. Agent and Black Knight. That's 2, 3 attacks. I could actually make it a total of 4, which would get them down to 6 if I use lead from the front. And then if I get an expert marksman, I could use that to get the cable arrow. I was trying to get this ready for action and to give it tough, but I don't think I have what I need to do that, so that's okay. All right, let's go with this. So let's do a lead from the front. So we're gonna add +1 thwart, +1 attack to each of our characters. Love it. Okay, so let's use these guys. So U.S. agent, that's gonna make his attack 2. He's attacking Klaw. There's a he's gone because he's got the consequential. Took him out already before Klaw could even retaliate. So U.S. agent's gone. Went out. Holding his head up high. Black Knight's gonna do 3 damage. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. Okay. He also goes out because he took 1 consequential and 1 retaliate. Okay. I'm regretting, if I hadn't, if I had not flipped him, I could have won this thing. Well, you know what? Let's do this. Let's play the sonic arrow instead of the cable arrow. We're just gonna go for it. Can I win with? I think I can if I bring in Agent Coulson. Let's see. Can I flip and look? Let's look. What's Agent Coulson's attack? Oh, his attack's just 1. What else do I have? That would take him down to 1. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh. And I don't think Agent Coulson, he's technically me too, right? So he would have to attack Armored Guard. So I gotta go another round. I can't get him out this round. So that means I gotta bring in the cable arrow. Okay, so what we're actually gonna do is bring in Expert Marksman. And then we're going to exhaust it to generate what we need for the cable arrow, and that removes 3 threat from a scheme, which will take this down to 9. We're still going to be very, very close, but we're safe as long as we don't get bad encounter cards. Okay. And now, I think that's it for Hawkeye. I can see I made a tremendous tactical mistake in having him recover. What can I say? We are not the champions. Living up to the name here. Okay, let's go over to Black Widow. What can we do with her? So we've got these two. These two we've got to deal with. I kind of like this idea. I can't really flip her. She may be taking a deathly beating here. I don't know that she can survive this round, which is okay. Hawkeye can finish the work for her. So if she's not going to survive, what should I have her do? Let's get Agent Coulson in if we're not going to survive. Cancel some boost abilities. Let's get Agent Coulson in, at least have him do something. He can get the tough off of Armored Guard, maybe. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We've got Agent Coulson, and he can take 1 of the attacks. I don't think it'll matter. But maybe it will. He might, if he takes these 2 attacks, then she might be able to survive. So he's going to... Oh, search your deck and discard pile for a preparation card and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. So I get to pick it, right? So is there a 1 coster that I could do something cool with? Let's see. Let's look in our discard pile first. What have we got? There's 18 cards in here. What have we got that's cool? Preparation. Well, we've got that target acquired, which I already have out there. Espionage. Maybe. Another target acquired. Counterintelligence. This would be huge, but I only have 1 resource. Oh, no, I do have 2 resources. Okay. You know what? We're going to take counterintelligence. We're going to draw it. Okay, and then we're going to exhaust. I kind of stumbled into this. I like to say that I did this on purpose. I did not. I'm going to put him in. That's going to keep 3 of this off, so we'll only go 2 threat on there when we get to the villain phase. So that's going to be very nice. Okay, Agent Coulson Now that I've got some wiggle room there, I'm going to have him attack Armored Guard and take that tough off of him. He does take 1 damage. Let's give him 1 damage. Okay. Alright. I think that's really all I can do as Black Widow. Okay. Alright. We're coming up on... I'm not going to flip her because I can't... I'm still nervous about this getting there, so... not flip, exhaust. We're going to ready and hand size. Blah, 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 blah. Let's move lead to the front down here. Alright, so Black Widow, we're going to draw 5 cards. What do we got? Oh, there's counterintelligence again. Synth suit, grappling hook, Winter Soldier's back. Hey, Bucky. Interrogation room. Now, wait a second. I've got 1, 2. I'll have gotten rid of that. So he'll only cost 2 next go around. So that can be helpful. Okay, Hawkeye. He's going to draw 5. Earth's Mightiest, Earth's Mightiest. Well, we've got Goliath and we've got Explosive Arrow. So we should, if we can survive this round, I think we can take this and we can go 1-0. But we've got to survive this round. So let's see. So I'm going to discard counterintelligence. That prevents 3 threat from going on when 5 would go here. So we're just going to put 2 on. Takes it to 11. Needs to get to 16. Now I did play a preparation card. Correct? Yes. After I trigger that ability, deal 1 damage to an enemy. I'm going to put that damage on Armored Guard. Now that he's not so tough now that Agent Coulson zapped him with something. Okay. No. Ooh, now she might be stunned if okay, well that's okay. All right, let's we're going to attack Hawkeye. And he's going to have to, so he's probably going to end up stunned here. Oh, we got weapons runner in. Okay. I don't like that. Okay. Okay, it's 2. I'm just going to take that 2. I'm going to be stunned. Okay. But I can still use my arrows because I can attack first. Okay, weapons runner then is going to attack. I'm going to take that. Keep myself readied. And that's going to take him down to 5. All right, over to Black Widow. She's going to face off with Klaw on her own. We're saving Agent Coulson. So we got 1, 3. Oh, wrong one. I'm going to defend it. So I take 1 damage. And none of these neither of those had a boost option. So I think we're okay. Depending on the encounter cards, it's going to be close. Okay, Agent Coulson. Oh, I didn't think about this. Okay, yeah. Black Widow's going to take from Armored Guard. That's 1, and then Agent Coulson is going to defend against Melter, which is going to take him out because that'll be an attack of 3. He has to defend against Melter. So, thanks Agent Coulson though. Doing God's work there. All right, counter cards. This is going to determine it, folks. This is going to determine it. Do I win or does Klaw win? Sonic Boom. Either spend. Okay. Okay. What do we need? 1 of each. Lightning, mental, and physical. There's a lightning. There's... Oh, no. There's a mental. There's a physical. Well, I've got the Sonic Arrow, which does 3 damage. I'm gonna have to do that because oh no. Alright, so I gotta get rid of these. I gotta get rid of the Explosive Arrow. I gotta get rid of Goliath. I gotta get rid of Earth's Mightiest. Pains me to do so, but I've gotta do it because if I exhaust, I won't be able to get that stunned off me. Okay. We're still okay. Black Widow. What do we got? Illegal Arms Factory. It's a plus encounter card. It's going to be 5. Okay, guys. We're okay. We're okay. 5 threat. Something I learned, by the way. I don't take this encounter card now because it wasn't there at the start of the round. That's my understanding. So we'll worry about that next round. If there is a next round, we're going to come over to Black Widow. I'm not planning on there being a next round, by the way. Let's see what we got here. Okay. How many preparation cards do I have? I have 2, so I can get Bucky in with 2. Let's do that. We'll spend these 2 to get Bucky in. Okay, and then before I do that, I'm going to bring in Interrogation Room, which after you defeat a minion, exhaust Interrogation Room, remove 1 threat from a scheme. So I'm going to use Bucky to defeat a minion. He's got to take out Armored Guard. That's 2 damage, which is what we need. So, bye-bye Armored Guard at long last. And then we'll exhaust this. That removes 1 threat from a scheme. So just in case things don't go quite as planned, we're getting so close. Okay. And I believe that's all that Black Widow can do. Let me think this through. We're still not gonna be able to win on this turn. Oh my gosh. It's a little painful. It's a little painful. So I gotta flip her over, don't I? I mean, I can't let her stand there with 2. Well, I have Bucky. Bucky should only have 1 damage, by the way. Bucky will take that. That'll send him out. So she's still gonna take the damage from Klaw. But his threat is so high. So we're going to be adding 5. It's going to be 1 short. Oh no, Melter's going to be adding 1. I didn't think about this. Oh, we're in big trouble. Oh, I'm so close, but I think I'm going to fall short. Let's see. All right, he's going to attack, which removes his stunned. Okay. Now we're going to spin these 2. To get the Sonic Arrow. It's going to confuse Klaw. Oh, I should have realized I was going to do that. And it does 3 damage to Klaw, and it's ranged. So he's down to 2. Now, anything I can do here? Bo is exhausted. Let's play Hawkeye's Quiver. Well, even if I got Hawkeye's Quiver, I wouldn't be able to do anything with it, so it's really not worth doing. We got another round to go here. Thought I had him. I did not have him. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm just looking through all my options here. And I don't like them. I think I might be living up to the not the champion's name here. I might have blown it, guys. I might have blown it with some dumb moves at the end. The pressure. The pressure is getting to me. That's what it is. I'm going to draw these. And then I get 1 more. So let me shuffle my discard. I see a cable arrow in there. Let's draw 1 more. Team training. So my cable arrow, that does 3 threat. I've got an explosive arrow. That would end the game if I can get it in. If I can get it in, that'll end the game if I can make it that long. Okay. Black Widow. And Bucky. Let's draw our 5. Black Widow may not make it. Stealth Strike, Widow's Bite. That would be good. Got attack acrobatics. I've still got my attack acrobatics. I've still got my target acquired. Okay. We're gonna add 5 here. So we are 1 short. If I get anything. Oh no, wait, no. Oh no, that 5. Okay, so he's confused. Oh, you know what? Oh no, I didn't flip. So we're okay. We're okay. All right. So Klaw on Black Widow. Here comes the attack. She may be dead. Let's see what we got. I see no boost icons on that. Am I missing it? Tell me if I'm missing it. I don't think I miss anything. That's a 0. Okay. And now we can use attack acrobatics. So this may work quite well. She'll take a retaliate. That's 1. So the attack would be 2. Oh. So attack acrobatics would make that attack 1. She can defend against it and take nothing. She would take the retaliate. Okay, so let's do attack acrobatics. Let's think this through. When a boost card is turned oh, wait a second. Discard attack acrobatics. Cancel it. Deal 1 damage to the villain for each. Okay. That's 1. And this. Oh! Look at that. Would you look at that? We've got a winner, folks. We've got a winner. So I will go to bed happy tonight because maybe I'm not a champion, but today I am. I am 1-0. 1-0. Hey, thanks for watching this game, especially if you made it this far. This was quite a battle, Hawkeye and Black Widow, and I actually managed to defeat Klaw. Yeah, probably made some mistakes along the way, both rules-wise and forgetting to do things. I'm not gonna let that taint my victory. I'm happy. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hope to see you next time. Thanks, everybody.